Well, this next presentation is a really special one. I love to have the opportunity to share with you people who are stepping forward in just amazing and powerful ways. And so this is our success panel. So if I could have our success panelists come and line up and come up on stage, I would love that. I'd take any of these three, but this one's my seat. And what's really special about these individuals is they are stepping out in new ways and powerful ways. And it's an opportunity for us to hold space with them and celebrate it. Because where do we need support? As everywhere, good, yes. And especially as we're stepping forward and we're stepping out and we're soaring. So let's give them our full attention as they share from their heart what they're doing and things that they're launching and stepping into. I'm just so honored to know them, proud of them. And here's the directions just so you know what they've been given, tasked with, or the opportunity that has been presented to them. I've asked them if they would share some way we're connected, and that is up to them. I don't know what they're going to say, but I'm hoping it's in a positive way. But we'll see. I can always edit film later if need be, but I have complete faith in them. And what they're launching and doing now. I know you're going to enjoy hearing from her. And with that, let's warmly welcome the amazing Dr. Ruth Anderson to the stage. Woo! Dun-ta-da!
Thank you. Is this on? Yes.
It is.
So I met Rebecca because Spirit guided me to. A few years ago, I finished writing my first book, and I was looking for ways to promote it, knowing that I would have to learn to promote myself as an author and spiritual counselor as well. I was led to Rebecca's program for professional speakers. I didn't take that route, as evidenced by the fact I'm reading this. But I kept receiving Rebecca's emails about different opportunities that were open to people like me, knowing I needed to do something to break out of my shell, and very reticent to stand completely in the world and be seen. Rebecca offered spots for authors to participate in anthologies, and by doing so, it included marketing of the authors. This was perfect. I quickly signed up for not one, but two of Rebecca's anthologies. Spirit then prodded me to create a larger platform, including having a presence on Facebook and hosting a weekly radio show on International Angels Network. After that, with guidance from Spirit, I signed up to have Rebecca help me publish and promote my second book, Walking with Spirit. Most recently, Spirit guided me to take an even bigger leap, to create Enlightened World, which is a comfortable and encouraging space for light workers to promote their businesses and find a voice on a global platform. I truly believe that light workers across the planet are distracted and isolated when the world needs them the most. An important piece of my work was Rebecca being open to bringing Enlightened World Network to her RHG TV network.
We've been on the journey for a little bit of time now. And it's been really wonderful. You've been one of our co-authors and recently launched her own book, Money Wings, #1 international bestseller, multiple countries and categories. Launched on her daughter's birthday in honor of her daughter. So not only does she have a deep love for helping people and supporting them around money, their relationship with it, but also a deep love for her daughter, who inspired her to become a wise money lady so she could raise a wise money daughter. So please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Marlene Elizabeth. Woo!
It's okay if I stay.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yes.
So hi everybody, thank you so much. I was looking around for Kleenex because I've been emotional on this trip. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, but it has been an amazing journey. So my journey with Rebecca started because I'd actually had, someone mentioned grace. You know, I had a bad experience and Rebecca was the grace beyond that experience with working with somebody to put my chapter in their book, you know. And so after that experience, I had the opportunity to step in with Rebecca, and that's how I first started with Bloom Where You're Planted and Shine. So I would say that one of the biggest gifts I've experienced in terms of the success that I have is because I've been able to work with Rebecca in visibility, right? And that is something that without it, right, we can't reach our audience, we can't reach our market. But I couldn't relate to the left brain way of working with finance because I'm a right brain woman. I'm a creative, and that's also something I never realized about myself. But when I was able to finally start understanding money through the right creative way, relational way, behavioral side of finances, my world changed. And I really truly believe that when you're able to connect with your relationship with money in this beautiful way, it really is a gift for the world, especially for the unique gifts that women can bring that are different than the unique gifts that men bring to the world. But I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without Rebecca. And it's really interesting because I didn't realize at the time when I was interested in learning more about her that she came from a financial background. And so it was meant to be. So because of Rebecca, I was able to step into the anthologies and have that really great experience and then end up being invited to write my own book. And that came at a perfect time. So I launched my book on my daughter's birthday, Money Wings. And I have it on the back table there. I'll be giving away some free copies of that today, later. But essentially, it's all about unfolding. It's about unfolding your financial potential. And then Rebecca invited me to then start my own podcast. And again, it was one of those things that, you know, it's a matter, I think success is a lot about just keep saying yes. And I'm not talking about boundaries that we need to have to say no, but I think that when we wish upon a star and the doors open, even though we don't know how, we just have to just say yes. And that does take courage, and it is vulnerability. So I said yes. And so now I have a podcast on the Empowered Business Channel. It's called Let's Get Tender, Money Conversations That Matter.
Ron and I have been on this journey for quite a while now. And he has such a gift for bringing out the radiance in others. And when we were stepping into the space of stepping into filming, that was a stretch for me. I wasn't really that comfortable with that. I mean, it was one thing when I had already stretched into radio, but into being on film and on camera. And there's something magical about you, Ron, and how you look through a camera and you're able to hold someone in such a love that it becomes safe to be seen in that way and to be filmed. And I appreciate that. And that's echoed out in every interaction that I've had with you, is that desire to help people be authentically who they are, to radiate and shine. So can we please warmly welcome the amazing Ron Coquia to the center of the stage.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Absolutely.
That gift that she talked about was actually a mirror, because that's what Rebecca is too. And I have tears coming, because why does a man for 4 years join and become a part of a women's empowerment group? You want to know the answer? It's because men also need a place to feel, to be vulnerable, so that they know what they feel, because vulnerability is the first step into moving forward and becoming stronger and holding yourself and allowing yourself to be radiant. And Rebecca does that so beautifully. Shining isn't about being in the top and saying, hey, I made it, look at me. It's about the leadership that you hold within yourself, no matter what you're feeling in life. And it's that leadership that will help you move you upward. It's that leadership that will actually cultivate that self-love and allow you to shine when you're ready. You don't have to force yourself. You have to be the first one to see your own light. So what's emerging for me is I finally understood why I had 16 years in the IT industry. I left that career almost 6 years ago, became a coach, transformational coach, been pulled spiritually to do video. Now this year, what was evolving is I want to create transformational music. I'm taking a class now on how does sound and music affect you and how can you use that to transform people. And when I brought that all together this year, I realized, wait a minute, if I bring this all together and the new technologies that are happening in the world with virtual reality, I can create a virtual experience that people can actually experience how to connect with their radiance. And they don't have to go to the beach early in the morning like I did at 5 in the morning, went to Marin County into the beach in the freezing cold filming. They could just put on the glasses, listen to the music, and I guide them through opening the 6 pathways of radiance, which is what I discovered on my pathway.
Thank you, Rebecca. And thank you, Mary. You helped me to change a story that I had since I was 5 years old with your exercise.
If there's anything that I've learned, it's that women are always right. Women are wonderful, and women always win.
When you had me go into the meditation to see what came to me, it's never too late to rejuvenate. And that has been my story for a very long time. So you really clarified my purpose. Thank you.
Okay, so I got 3 hits today on flying horses.
Oh.
I had a dream, and then when Cynthia did her future gazing, the most important thing to me right now, the flying horse came back. And then when Mary did her exercise, I remembered that as a child, I had heard of magic horses that flew into the sky and became stars. So that's my message for today.
The more I'm here, the more I realize how, especially with the social media nowadays, that we are one global world. It's not anymore me and you separate. So when she talked very touching about children, when we are helping, and we are like neuropsychologists and everyone who is willing, we are helping kids and women in Nigeria with the mindset to help them get out of poverty. So when you talk about Nigeria, I might not care about it, right? I might say I live in United States and I born in Israel and care only about those countries, but it doesn't work like that anymore. It's like the ripple effect. When you help someone, no matter where, and I think that's your passion too, right? So, and each of you, I'm sure. So when we help one person, no matter where, it's like ripple effect, because you never know who's this person will touch. And one soul, according to Kabbalah, one soul that you saved, it's considered like you saved the whole world. So I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you, Rebecca, because here we see how we are one global.
When we did your exercise today, I had a flash back to when you did my future gazing, which was quite some time ago. And what came up was my book, which is being published next month. So it just brought that whole around. So thank you.
And my work, helping couples save relationships, all of that is about children. I want children raised in loving homes. I want children, whether their parents are together or divorced, to be experiencing love. I want them to see the possibility of love. So how the adults in the room do relationships is important. And to me, seeing you speak today was really inspiring, Carrie. Thank you. And all of you just being in this room today has been, I started off the day saying, you know, there's so much darkness outside, literally, because of the smoke. And I had a moment of forgetting all that, being here with you all, and remembering my purpose through hearing your stories about our purpose of bringing light to the world. So thank you, Rebecca, for again holding this amazing space. I was just talking with somebody who, this is her first event with you. She goes, it's so flowing and smooth and doesn't feel rushed and hurried. And I'm like, yeah, Rebecca does events well.
Well, thank you for sharing, and I'm so glad these powerful connections and aha moments are happening. That's one of the intentions I wanted for all of us in the beginning of the day, that we would have a shift, we would have movement, that we would tap into more of that magic that is within all of us so that we can bring that forward. And I love what you're sharing, Naomi, because I believe it's heart by heart, it's life by life, that we make that change. And we have that opportunity every single day to choose how we're going to show up, how we're going to respond, what are we going to echo out? Because whether we know it or not, we're echoing things out all the time. And I believe we can choose to do that on purpose and with great purpose. So we thank you for your heart, for your service. Thank you, Brandy, keeping me all organized. It's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. We appreciate you sharing your gifts, your heart, and your energy with us today. You've created and supported transformation in this room. So we thank you. Thank you. Then we have one more group. And that's each of you. I said this in the beginning and I want to say it again. Today would not have been the same with one of you missing. So I want to thank you for leaning in, for saying yes, for being part of today and sharing your magic, your gifts with all of us. So let's stand up and give ourselves a round of applause, making eye contact and celebrating each other. Thank you.